Hello everybody and welcome back to my N-Scale Union Pacific Willow Creek sub. For the first time viewers, my name is Scott, the owner builder of the layout. For returning viewers, thank you very much for coming back to catch another video. Today's video, there's a couple of things. First off is my steel mill. So the steel mill, I spent a lot of time and I built this steel mill and it sort of poked away in the corner of the layout over the other side there. And ever since I built it, I lost interest in it. I was switching gondolas, bulkhead flat cars and box cars into that area, and I was switching in empty cars and pulling out empty cars. And I just wasn't really interested in that sort of that area. It was sort of taking up a bit of time where I was basically switching the other parts of the layout. So what I wanted to do is to get a little bit of interest back in that area is to make some loads for the cars there. So I'll go through and I'll show you what I did with that. Also, we got a new addition to the layout is we have got a new locomotive coming to the layout. We got a brand spanking new, it's a GP40 number 622, just arrived the other day. So that will be coming up later in the video. I do a little operation switching. I'm not going to tell you I got a new loco and then not show it working to you, so we'll rip that out later. And but yeah, so first off we'll start off with the steel mill and what I did to gain interest back into it. Okay, so here is my steel mill complex facility here. Now as you can see, I've got a couple of box cars there and some gondolas, some empty gondolas. Now what I was doing was switching in and switching out these gondolas, and it's basically arriving with empty gondolas and leaving with empty gondolas, and I just sort of lost interest in switching this area. Also, the steel mill isn't quite finished yet. I've still got pipes and bits and pieces to go on to and some more detailing in that, but I mean, I haven't even weathered the track here. So I want to try and get a little bit more interest in this area. What I do is I've got two other steel manufacturing plants on the layout, and they need steel supplied, but also they produce scrap steel. So the idea is new steel comes out of the steel mill here to those metal places, and then those metal places, they're like fabrication warehouses. They produce scrap metal, which is then railed back to the steel mill I have here in this part of the layout called Caliente. So what I did to that was to get a bit more interest, I decided to make some loads to go into these gondolas here. Some scrap loads, steel plate loads, etc. So okay, so first things first, we'll start off with our gondola loads. Now these gondola loads here, I've seen a video there. If you've ever seen the YouTube video Ron's Trains and Things, he's actually got a video on how he makes these scrap loads. Now this is my scrap load here, and it's just on a sheet of styrene and just using bits of scrap pull out of the box, just old bits of plastic. You can see I've got old wheels there and old couplers. I just cut them all up into bits and pieces, glued them onto the sheet of styrene there, and the idea is empty gondola, just place it straight into the empty gondola there and you have a scrap load. So that was the scrap going into the steel mill sorted. Now these, as soon as they get to the steel mill here, these loads are taken out and they are put back over to Mojave or Willow Creek. I've got a steel manufacturing place over there. The waybill cards donate obviously where they go. So that's the scrap steel in. So a little bit of an interest switching in loads like that. Obviously, once the car's there. Now I've got a couple of loads here that will replace those. So my first load is coils. So I made up a whole lot of these coils. Now I know they're not prototypical to size and But you get the idea of what's happening with them, and they're just glued onto a false floor with some wooden, well, I guess you could call them chocks, I suppose. And the idea is that scrap steel load is replaced with the coil load there. And I've got enough for 3 of these gondolas. Each load makes up about 3 gondolas each. Okay, so the coil load is interchangeable, and also I have some pipe loads that I've got made up, and they're interchangeable with the gondola. So it's just a little something to keep swapping around, changing loads, etc. So in addition to the gondolas that I use here at the steel mill, I also have these bulkhead flat cars here as well, and I've made up a couple of interchangeable loads. I've got some steel beams, and also I just made up another load of steel beams to go on there. I just made that one up yesterday, and it's still going to be weathered with bits and pieces. Also, I have made up plate steel that I've made up. Tried to paint it to go with the blue sort of hue that fresh steel sort of looks like when it's come out of the mill. But there, I've got probably half a dozen loads, interchangeable loads, just to drum up interest. Okay, so these loads that I made, I mean, I've got bits of packet steel, is literally just bits of thin styrene, and they are cut, painted, and they have 1mm Tamiya masking tape wrapped around them with a dab of CA on the bottom to sort of act as straps, sort of. So everything's made out of styrene. So the coils that you see here, it's paper rolled up and painted silver with again the 1mm masking tape. This time the tape's painted black with little wooden chocks on the bottom, and they are just glued onto the bottom of some styrene that just drop into the gondolas there. The scrap steel loads, basically just gone through, got a whole lot of old bits of pieces. You can see some old wheels, bits of old sprue, bits of plastic lying around, some side frames, and just glue them onto a piece of styrene. If you look, there's a person, a channel, Ron's Trains and Things. He does a good video, and he shows you how he makes not only these steel loads, these scrap loads, but he also shows you how to make different other loads and bits and pieces for your gondolas as well. So that's basically, I did the pipe load as well, but I used evergreen styrene, which is quite expensive for if you're just going to do this, so I'd sort of suggest maybe trying to use some straws or something. But that came up not too bad. So as I was just saying, drumming up interest there, the actual steel mill has not been actually finished. I've still got, you can see over the back, I've got some building flats. These are actually off the Walthers Northern Light and Power Company. I just did not like the fact of the blue straight away from there, so I was planning on having these extended out just to sort of industrialise the area a little bit. I still have bits of pipe work and stuff to go on to the steel mill. If I just sort of move the camera up, if you can. Like that, without the camera falling over. So yes, I've still got pipes and bits and pieces I need to connect up and some weathering and that. But now that I've got these loads, and it should make switching a little bit more interesting. I might actually get my heart back into finishing this part of the layout off and running more and more operations and making it feel like part of the layout as well. So there we go. That's one little area there that I've been working on recently, is trying to get interest into switching this place out. Steel mills aren't really my sort of thing. They're not really sort of an industry that I was sort of interested in modelling, but it was something different, and it's something you don't often see all that too much. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a bit more operations out of this thing here. Okay, so now moving on to my next section. Yes, I did say that there was a new addition to the layout. I got a brand new GP40 Union Pacific number 622 locomotive. I just got that the other day, so we'll head across. I think that's in, I think it's in Oakhurst at the moment. So we'll go over and we'll have a little look-see at that. So yes, it was here in Oakhurst. I did find it. It's just pulled in a westbound manifest freight train in here. Beautiful locomotive. It's still got the Atlas couplers on it there. Obviously I'll be switching those out for micro trains. Runs absolutely brilliant, and yeah, just a new addition to the layout. I thought I'd show everyone there the new locomotive. You will see it in upcoming videos there. You will see it in some more switching videos, see it around the place, and it's already been added onto the roster system at the moment. And yeah, so hopefully to get more years of use out of this, and it's a good sign that things are starting to ramp up. Now, what would be the point of showing you a new locomotive if I didn't actually show you it working? So here it is. We're just starting to switch around this train that's just come in, the manifest train. We've just seen it bring in just before. So a little bit of a operations video there for you. Actually got this online, and I think it only took, well, I'm here in Western Australia, it came from over eastern states. It only took, I think it was like about 4 days. So the shipment was really quick on that, so I was expecting a longer wait. Okay, so there we go. That basically just wraps up the video there. Now, of course, we went through drumming up interest for my steel mill with those interchangeable loads. I will let you know how that goes on when I start switching that out there. Just get a little bit more use out of it. I mean, I spent the time building it, so I might as well get the use out of it. Also, the new addition to the layout, the GP40 number 622. Now, I wasn't going to show you it with not showing you running, so you saw a little snippet just there of it switching a boxcar around there at Oakhurst. If you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like and share the video if you want. Big thank you to everyone who's jumped on board already, and I do hope you found this video interesting. If you want to know anything, throw any comments down there in the comments section below. But until then, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for sticking around, and until then, we'll see you all in the next one. Cheers, everyone. See ya.